Hello dear friend, let us discuss now Odisha TGT Science PCM Solution 6 Marks, and this is part 2 in which we will discuss question number 61 to 70. Question number 61. A lens is said to be diverged if the width of the beam increases after refraction through it. मतलब कि अगर आपके पास कोई लेंस है तो उसकी जो विड्थ है लेंस इज सेड टू बी डाइवर्ज, वो डाइवर्ज कब कहलाएगा? इफ द विड्थ ऑफ द बीम इंक्रीजेज आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन थ्रू इट। तो इनमें ये कौन सा लेंस होगा ये बताना है हमें। देखो, अगर मैं कॉन्वेक्स लेंस की बात करूं तो इन्फिनिटी से अगर कोई लाइट रे आती है तो फोकस पे कन्वर्ज हो जाती है, और अगर हमारे पास इस तरह का कोई लेंस है, इन्फिनिटी से लाइट रे आती है तो वो आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन डाइवर्ज हो जाती है इस तरह से। तो यहाँ पर डाइवर्जिंग लेंस की बात पूछिए कि डाइवर्जिंग इनमें से कौन सा होगा, तो कॉन्वेक्स तो होने से रहा, तो कॉन्वेक्स हटाओ, कॉन्वेक्स हटाओ, कॉन्वेक्स हटाओ, बचा एक आंसर कॉनकेव लेंस। सो आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन ए। 62. A wire of length 10 meter, 10 meter is length, area of cross section is given 10 की पावर माइनस 6 मीटर का स्क्वायर, is straight with a force of 20 न्यूटन। तो 20 न्यूटन इस पर फोर्स एक्शन फोर्स इज एक्टिंग on it. If the elongation means change in length is given 1 millimeter, let when you are applying some external force it will extend. We have to find out the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus is stress upon में longitudinal strain, or we can write it as stress is force per unit area and longitudinal strain is change in length upon में original length. So we can write it as force into में length upon में area into में change in length. Now this is the Young's modulus formula. Force is given 20 Newton, length is 10 meter, cross section area is 10 की power minus 6, and length is given in 1 millimeter. So we can write it in SI units. It will be 1 into 10 की power minus 3. So 10 की power 3 minus 3. So when we will solve it, we will get 2 into 10 की power 11. यानी कि correct answer will be option D. Next, elasticity is the property of the material by virtue of it. See, suppose if there is a spring and if you will expand it or compress it, it will try to gain its original position. Similarly, suppose if there is a balloon and you are pressing it, so after you remove the external force, it will try to regain its original shape. So elasticity means to regain its original shape and size. So we can say that elasticity is the property of the material by virtue of which it tends to regain its original shape and size when the applied force is removed. So the correct answer will be option C. A wave that consists of crest and trough and the particle of the medium vibrate at right angle to the direction of the propagation of the wave is called. See here. So there are two kind of wave. You can see transverse wave and the longitudinal wave. In this case also, this is a longitudinal wave and this is transverse wave. Okay. Now notice this particle. This is a red particle. Notice it. It is vibrating perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. Wave is propagating in this direction, the particle is moving perpendicular to it. So this type of wave is called transverse wave. And in the longitudinal wave, notice this particle, it is vibrating in the same direction in the same direction in which the wave is propagating. So this is type of wave is called longitudinal wave, and if the particle is moving perpendicularly to the direction of propagation of wave, then it will be transverse wave. So here it is asking about the particle of the medium vibrate at the right angle, means perpendicular of the propagation of wave. So it will be a transverse wave. So correct answer will be option A. With the increase in temperature, the frequency of sound of an organ pipe is found to be. See, the speed of sound wave is directly proportional to temperature, and you know that frequency into wavelength is speed. So frequency will also depend on speed, since speed is depending on the temperature, so frequency will also depend on temperature. So if you are increasing the temperature, the frequency will also increases. So here the correct answer will be option C. Next, a wire has a resistance of 12 ohm. So this is a wire which has a resistance of 12 ohm. Now it is bent in the form of equilateral triangle. The effective resistance between any two corners of the triangle is, see, if this is a wire of length L, then an equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the side has equal length. So this is an equilateral triangle. Now the resistance, since resistance is directly proportional to length, now the complete length has been divided into three parts, L by 3, L by 3, L by 3. So the resistance will also become 1 by 3. It means that here the resistance, if original resistance is R, then it will be R by 3. It will be R by 3 also, and this will also be R by 3. Now we have to find out the resistance, effective resistance between any two corners. Choose any two corners that I am choosing A and B. Now you can see that these R by 3 and R by 3. I will put the value of R later. So these both are in series. Now the formula for equivalent resistance in series is R1 plus R2, and if two resistors are connected in parallel or more than two, then the resistance will be like 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, like that. Now R by 3 and R by 3 are in series, so its equivalent resistance R by 3 and R by 3 will be equal to R by 3 plus R by 3. So it will be 2R by 3. Now we can redraw this diagram. The resistance of these two wires has become 2R by 3. So I can consider it as 2R upon 3, and this is connected with the parallel with this third resistance, and which is of R by 3. You can see now, let this point A and this is point B. Since both are now connected in parallel, so 1 upon resistance between AB will be equal to 1 upon, now the formula of resistance is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So 1 upon 2R upon 3 plus 1 upon R upon 3, which can be written as 3 upon 2R plus 3 upon R. Take 3 by R common, so we will get 1 upon 2 plus 1, or we can say RAB, it will become 3 upon R, and 2 plus 1 means 3 upon 2. So it means that take the reciprocal, RAB will be equal to 2R upon 9, or put the value of resistance 2 by 9 into R is 12. So we can write it as 3 3 is 9 and 3 4 is 12. So it will be equal to 4 into 2 means 8 upon 3 ohm. So the right answer will be option C, 8 by 3 ohm. Now this has become a general formula. If there is a wire of resistance R and you are connecting, or you are dividing, or you are bending it in the form of an equilateral triangle, then the equivalent resistance can be written as 2R upon 9 directly. Okay, so whatever be the value of R, the equivalent resistance will be 2 by 9 times of the original resistance R. Question number 67. A coil of area 80 square centimeter, 50 turns, and is rotating 2000 revolutions per minute about an axis perpendicular to the magnetic field 0.05 Tesla. The maximum value of EMF is. इससे पहले जो मैंने पेपर एक्सप्लेन किया था, जो 7 मार्च को हुआ था, उसमें मैंने इसको डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन किया है, आप वहाँ से देख सकते हैं. जो EMF आएगा मैक्सिमम वैल्यू E नोट, वो होता है NBA ओमेगा, where N is number of turns, B is magnetic field, A is the area, and omega is the angular frequency. Here omega will be equal to 2 pi into number of revolution. Number of revolution is 2000 upon since it is in minute, and the unit of omega is radian per second, so I'll change it in here 60. Now put the value. N is number of turns is 50, magnetic field 0.05. Since area is given in 80 centimeter square, so we'll have to change it in meter. So it can be written as 80 centimeter square can be written as 80 into 10 की पावर माइनस 4 मीटर स्क्वायर, 80 into 10 की पावर माइनस 4. एरिया इज 80 into 10 की पावर माइनस 4. ओमेगा इज 2 pi into 2000 upon 60. Since in all the option there is pi, so we will not put the value of pi, and if we solve it, E naught means the maximum value will be 4 upon 3 of pi. So correct option will be C, 4 upon 3 into pi. Question number 68. The magnetic flux, its equation is given. We have to find out the induced EMF when time is 4 seconds. So induced EMF, the formula of induced EMF, it is equal to the minus rate of change of magnetic flux, d phi upon dt. So we will differentiate it, 8t का square plus 3t plus 5. See, if you are differentiating time की power n with respect to time, it will be n t की power n minus 1. And if there is a constant physical quantity, so its differentiation will be 0. Here minus d upon dt, we can write it as 8t square plus d upon dt of 3t plus d upon dt of 5. So it will become 8 is constant, so it can be taken out of the differentiation 8, and the power t square, it will become 2t after differentiating. 3 can be taken out of differentiation. Differentiation of time with respect to time will be 1, and the differentiation of 5 is, it is constant, so its differentiation will be 0. So we have got the equation for the EMF. 8 into 2, it will be 16t plus 3. Now put the value of time. 16 into time is 4 plus 3, so it will be equal to minus 67 volt. Question number 69. A charge Q is placed at the center of open end of the cylindrical vessel. Let this is a cylinder. So the charge is not placed at the center of the cylinder, it is placed at the open end of the cylinder. The flux of the electric field through the surface will be. So generally, according to Gauss law, electric flux is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed within the Gaussian surface. Since it is not a closed surface, so I will try to build here an imaginary surface which will be cylindrical. So now the total flux through these two cylinders will be Q by epsilon naught. Since it is the flux of the two cylinder, so the flux of one cylinder will be equal to its half, means 1 upon 2 times of the Q by epsilon naught. So correct answer will be option C. इसके अलावा आप ऐसे भी कह सकते थे कि सिंस ये चार्ज Q एंड पॉइंट पर है, तो इसका आधा पोर्शन बाहर होगा और आधा पोर्शन होगा अंदर, मतलब इसकी वजह से जो फ्लक्स निकलेगा वो आधा तो चले जाएगा बाहर, जो कि हम नहीं लेंगे, हम नहीं कंसीडर करेंगे उसको. वी विल कंसीडर ओनली द इंटरनल फ्लक्स, मतलब जो अंदर की तरफ बाहर होगा. तो इसका मतलब चार्ज हम कितना लेंगे, Q/2. तो डायरेक्टली भी आप फ्लक्स लिख सकते थे Q/2 epsilon naught. So correct answer will be option C. 8 drop of mercury of equal radii possessing equal charge combined to form a big drop. तो हमारे पास 8 छोटी छोटी ड्रॉप से मरकरी की कंबाइन होकर के एक बड़ी ड्रॉप बन रही है. तो हमें बताना है कि कैपेसिटेंस कितना हो जाएगा. देखो, अगर कोई स्फेयर है तो उसकी जो कैपेसिटेंस का फॉर्मूला होता है वो होता है 4πε0 इंटू में रेडियस r. अभी 8 ड्रॉप है, मिलकर के एक ही ड्रॉप बन रही है. मैं मान लेता हूँ कि छोटी वाली ड्रॉप का रेडियस है r और बड़ी वाली ड्रॉप का रेडियस है कैपिटल R. तो वॉल्यूम जितनी पहले थी उतनी बाद में भी रहेगी, V1 V2. अब V1 कितना रहा होगा, 4/3 पाई स्मॉल r की क्यूब. एक की वॉल्यूम, टोटल वॉल्यूम कितनी हो जाएगी 8 इंटू 4/3 पाई r क्यूब. जो बड़ा वाला कैपेसिटेंस है इसकी वॉल्यूम कितनी रहेगी 4/पाई r की क्यूब. सो हियर 4/3 पाई विल बी कैंसिल. So we can write that r cube will be 8r cube or r will be equal to 2r. It means radius become 2 times of the original radius. Now since the capacitance is 4πε0, r. The formula of the capacitance is directly proportional to radius. Since radius is becoming 2 times, the capacitance will also become 2 times. इसका मतलब अगर रेडियस को आप इंक्रीज कर रहे हो तो कैपेसिटेंस भी इंक्रीज होगा, तो जो कैपेसिटेंस होगा वो 2 टाइम्स इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। जैसे अगर पहले कैपेसिटेंस क्या होगा, C इक्वल टू 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट R, तो अब कितना हो जाएगा, न्यू C 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट कैपिटल R। हमें पता है कि 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट कैपिटल R किसके बराबर है, 2R के, सो इट विल बी इक्वल टू 2 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट R। तो जितना पहले था उतना अब नया वाला कैपेसिटेंस हो जाएगा C डैश।